Mono, stereo, quadraphonic, analog, or digital. Recorded sound has changed a lot over the years. There's been almost as many ways to hear music as there's been great songs to listen to. We might be exaggerating a little. It's time to get into the groove and learn some aural history in this episode of Half Price Books, All Things Printed and Recorded. The story of sound recording began with Thomas Edison, who invented the phonograph, that's Greek for sound writing, in 1877. While other inventors had created devices that could record sound, Edison's was the first to reproduce it with a tinfoil sheet wrapped around a rotating cylinder. And I bet you didn't know, the first words the inventor recorded were his own version of "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Edison thought the phonograph would be great for everything from dictation and books for the blind to music boxes and clocks that announced the time. But first, he needed a format that everyone could relate to. Emil Berliner developed the first round discs to be played on a device he called a gramophone in 1889. 1,000 gramophones and 25,000 records were sold in 1893 alone, and automatic phonograph parlors featuring popular music and crazy comedy routines were all the rage. Wacky sonic trends also emerged, like novelty chocolate records, the lampograph, which doubled as a light, and a phonograph with a mouthpiece that allowed you to listen to music in your head. Needless to say, none of these quite caught on, but the double-sided record did, and Victor Talking Machine Company pressed songs on both sides of the disc in 1904. At the end of the 1910s, discs had beaten cylinders in the format war. In 1921, we saw the debut of commercial radio, and the demand for records became bigger than ever before. The classic 33 1/3 LP was first released by Columbia Records in 1948, and its lighter, less brittle format soon resulted in world domination. Musicians took advantage of the extended playing time, giving rise to what we now know as the concept album. Stereo records arrived in 1957, and by the 70s, audiophiles were stockpiling quadraphonic reel-to-reel tapes, 8-track tapes, and quadraphonic vinyl records. Basically, if you were serious about sound, your speakers took up half your living room. CDs stole records' thunder in the 1980s, but vinyl wasn't down for the count. In the mid-2000s, it became popular again, with a whole new generation of music fans ready to give it a spin. To this day, the top-selling LP is Michael Jackson's Thriller, followed closely by AC/DC's Back in Black. And no matter how the music business changes, it looks like records will always be a sound purchase. This has been Half Price Books, All Things Printed and Recorded. If you'd like to learn more about the history of recorded sound, check out our blog at blog.hpb.com. Until next time.